Are you tired of your portrait drawings looking flat and lifeless, no matter how hard you try? Well, there's a critical technique you need to know that will take your artwork up to a whole new level. Hi, Carrie Alves here, and in this video, I'm going to dive into the power that shading can make in your portrait drawings. Now, this technique in art lingo is known as working with your values. And values are the lights and the darks in your work and all the different shades that are in between. Let's take a look at these two drawings side by side. The first one is underdeveloped. It lacks a range of values and therefore it looks flat and lifeless. The second one has developed its full range of values from the light lights to the dark darks. And therefore it has impact, it looks far more dramatic, has far more punch, and it looks a lot more realistic and has a lot more form and depth to it. And that is the power of shading and working with your values. One of the big issues I see with new students is that they typically do not push their values dark enough. So there are two critical issues that you need to be aware of in order to create really successful drawings. The first one is that you do need this full range of values in your drawings, the light lights to the dark darks. And the second issue is making sure that your shapes are correct. And I call this a process of putting shapes within shapes. Let's take a look at how this is done. This tutorial is taken from my full course called Draw a Portrait from Your Own Photo, which you can find on my Patreon site. So now I'm going to move forward into the finishing details. Now there's a lot of dark around here, this whole mass of hair, and I'm going to start from the center out. And then I'm going to decide how much is going to get finished. I think I'm going to start picking up some of my darker pencils. And I'm going to start picking up and developing my darks in these areas. But from here on in, I'm going to be using a wide range of pencils, depending on what it is I'm trying to do. So if I'm trying to do fine details along the edges, I'll be using my H pencils. If I'm trying to build my darks, obviously I'll have to go a lot darker with my pencils into my Bs, because I don't want to press too hard so that I get this sort of shiny burnished look. I don't want that at all. I'll have to go probably up to 8 Bs at a certain point in order to get some of those, particularly in some of these real darks. But what you'll see is what I'm going to be looking for are basically shapes within shapes. And that's what this stage of the drawing is all about. It's all about the finishing details. Then we're working with the values. And then we're working with the edges. But within these shapes, for instance, this nose shape here, there are numerous value patches within there. So there are shapes within shapes, and you'll see this as we go along. So I can see one right here, right at the corner of the eye. There's another one here under the eye, and then there's a whole other one that goes along the bridge of the nose, another one that comes down here, then there's one that goes around here, and another one here. So there's like 5, 6, 7, 8 little sub-shapes within the larger shadow shape. And this is what we're going to start hunting down. And it's like building a topographical map, if you think about it. So in other words, each new shape represents another layer that's being built up. So we're going to be working up the hierarchy of values. So I'm going to look for the larger shape and build it up into a darker value. And then I'm going to look for the smaller shape on top of that and build that into an even darker value on top of it. And so it's coming down sort of the home stretch, or building up, shall we say, the darker values on top of the slightly lighter values in smaller and smaller shapes. And we're looking for the absolute accuracy of those shapes within the shapes, and also the edge quality, the transitional quality of those shapes between each of those shapes. So if we look here, for instance, right here in the eye, there is a dark shape that looks to me like a bird. And this is also one of the tricks when we're dealing with shapes, so that we don't get too caught up in the details of it. It's in order to see it accurately, looking at it abstractly actually helps quite a bit. So right here in the corner, there's a shadow that comes right there in the fold of the lid of the eye. And then it comes down and it goes over, up, and then wings out here and goes like this. And to me, it looks like a bird taking off. And so basically this is the shape I'm going to be creating in here, and then looking for the value of that shape. And then of course the edge quality of it. And then along the whole bridge of the nose, there's a whole other shape again. And then here, if we look, there's a shape on this side of the temple, all coming down around the fingers. There's another one under the eye here, whole one under the nose, and then several in the mouth, and all these other areas through here. So this is what I'm going to start with, and I'm going to start with the eyes. So center out rather than jumping all over the place. So I've got a 2B here. And I'm going to start with this shape that's right here. Same thing. Very light, using the very sharp tip of my pencil, and I'm going to start looking for that shape.
So I start working up that particular bird-like shape, and I'm using my darker pencil, and I'm trying to make it as accurate as I possibly can, and I'm looking to hit the right value note. Am I making it dark enough in all the right places?
A darker pencil. I'm going to work with the 4B.
So you can see my pencils are getting darker and darker in order to work on the areas that are in fact darker. So I'm looking specifically in that shape where it's the darkest, and I'm also very careful to look at the edge quality. How does it transition from one place to another? Is it hard or is it soft?
So it's actually important to get in there, like I said earlier, to establish darks, but also as you begin to work up your darks, it changes the nature of everything around it. You need to sort of get in there and do that because it's very difficult to gauge your lights until you've put your darks in. You think this is a mid-tone, and then you look there and you realize actually this could come down a value next to the very, very dark it's next to, and these eyelashes here, this area here, can become a lot darker. And I'm going to jump up to a 7B now. And I'm going to start getting some of these blacks in here. So now that I'm building things up in this corner here, everything surrounding it in the brow region, it needs to be darker. Where you're making it darker, it will create the illusion of things moving back. Where you make it lighter, it'll give the illusion of things moving forward. Such as in the crease of this eye, this, obviously disappears back. This part of her eye is kind of the deepest part of the, the corner of her eye in here, in this area of the, on the either side of the bridge of the nose. The eyelid then comes forward and then goes back again. And so those shifts in value, help to articulate the form that's on the face. We've got a form going this way and a form going this way. It's going out and down and over, and then when it comes over here, it's going this way. So there's all kinds of turns happening, and there's a slight bit of, it looks like reflective light just hitting right here under her brow, and it's coming off of the cheek. This whole area here from the finger over to the eye. If I make it a bit darker, it'll start to make this eye, the brow there, will start to move forward like this. So I have to basically bring this down. So I can create my shapes either with my pencil or with my eraser.
So as we wrap up, remember that shading, or working with your values, is not just a technique, it's a total game changer with your artwork. It can take an ordinary piece of work and elevate it to really an extraordinary piece of work and bring your work up to an entirely new level. This tutorial is part of a full course that I offer on my Patreon site, and it's called Draw a Portrait from Your Own Photo. And if you would like to learn the skills and techniques to be able to draw beautiful and realistic portraits, you can. Simply click the link below in the description for my Patreon site and find out how. So here's your call to action. Grab your pencils and start to experiment with these techniques that I've just shown you in your own drawings. And don't forget to share your work in the comments below. And if you would like more tips to improve your art skills, hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.